Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, I want to talk a little bit about Mullen Automotive Incorporated. This is ticker symbol MULN for those of you who are maybe not as familiar with this company or with this stock. And today was just another not so great day for Mullen, which it seems like there has been a lot of those recently. Now, this day was kind of weird because we opened up green. Things looked like they were going good, and it even, held its head above water throughout most of the day. But then once it went red, it just kind of went down and down and down 3.03% on the day today. Yes, it is up 2.03% after hours. But when we take a look at the broader market, yes, everything was red. Dow Jones down. The S&P is down 0.67%. NASDAQ down over an entire percent. And the Russell was down 0.89%. But you can see that none of them were down 3%. Mullen definitely underperformed the market yet again today, which again has been the case throughout a lot of 2022. Obviously, you can see this stock is down 89.38% year to date. Obviously, I think most people who got excited about Mullen and got into Mullen got in during this time from like February to March. If you got in then, you're only down 81%. But either way, it's been very, very rough. Obviously, the markets haven't been doing great in 2022, but the markets are not down 80%. They're not down 90%, nothing like that. So it's been rough, but there is still plenty to talk about today with Mullen, as always. This website, pennystocks.com, they said penny stocks to buy for less than $1 menu item. Number 2 on this list, they decided to highlight Mullen Automotive. The EV company has been one of the more popular penny stocks on Reddit and gained a cult-like following this year. Despite Mullen's stock's slow bleed over the last few months, the company has maintained a level of interest thanks to a more active news wire. And I mean, this is what is crazy. Despite the fact that Mullen is down 89 to 80% or whatever, depending on when you've got in this thing over the course of this year, some people are up on Mullen right now. Mullen's not at its 52-week lows, I don't believe, at least. And yeah, people still really care about this stock. I mean, yes, the subreddit is much more dead now than it was a couple of months ago, but there are still people posting. The YouTube videos still do pretty well. There are a lot of people constantly talking about and wanting to know what's going on with this stock. And there's still a lot of people that believe in it in the long run, or believe in its short squeeze potential, or just think it's undervalued right now or whatever. And that's kind of interesting for Mullen, because a lot of these other companies and small stocks and penny stock and stuff have tried to get followings like this and haven't been able to do so. Now, you could argue it's good and bad, because when you have a good following, it allows you to dilute and sell off and profit off, your really, really loyal investor base and all that stuff. But it is just kind of interesting how Mullen has been able to hold up relative to some of these other stocks out there. Last week, the company said it plans to launch fully functional demonstrator 5 EV crossover vehicles next month. The significance of the milestone is that it gives the market a live glimpse at its suite of EVs. The company is also collaborating with Team Rosberg Engineering this month. The two will work on chassis and safety development for the company's 5 EV program. In response to the latest achievement, CEO David Mishry explained in an update last week, "These new partnerships are accelerating our path to start of production, which we previously slated for quarter 4 of 2024, quarter 1 of 2025, which, wow, still pretty significantly into the future. Having companies such as ARRK and Team Rosberg involved in the 5 program is a great privilege for Mullen. The thing to remember with Mullen stock is that it has a history of volatility. Even though it's trading below $1, even 10 cents makes a big difference in percentage change. And that gets us into the next thing I want to talk about, which was this. Like they hinted there, Yahoo Finance puts out Mullen announces a collaboration with Team Rosberg Engineering for vehicle chassis development, which is seen as a big thing. To a lot of people, obviously, Mullen sees this as a big deal. Mullen, an emerging EV manufacturer, announces today a collaboration with Team Rosberg Engineering from Germany on vehicle chassis and safety development for the Mullen 5 EV crossover program. Mullen's currently working with engineering partner ARK to finalize the structural layout for the Mullen 5 with computer-aided engineering simulation loop. The program is on track to finish engineering development next year as originally planned. ARK is supporting Mullen with CAE. Additionally, Mullen has recently initiated a strategic collaboration with TRE for vehicle chassis and safety development. So yeah, people are seeing this as a big deal. Like we said in the last article, we got some of the quotes from David Mishry and everything. They think this is going to speed up the production process and hopefully be able to get more vehicles out faster, better, all that stuff. So Mullen still continues to work on these agreements and partnerships and everything behind the scenes. Obviously, people want them to actually start putting out some vehicles and fulfilling some orders and stuff like that, but they continue to stay in the news cycle with more and more of these deals. We had this on the Mullen subreddit, Muln. This is from StockTwits, I believe. This guy says, Mullen, do not listen to anyone who says Mullen promised to deliver a statement or update or PR or whatever about the Fortune 500 customer during August. That simply did not happen. Nobody from Mullen Automotive, whether it be David Mishry or anyone else, promised to provide an update during August. During the AGM, it was mentioned that they expected to deliver the modified vans back to the customer during August. That is all, and that we have no further information on that. Don't get swept up in this fake hysteria about an August update. It's unlikely to happen, and it was never promised. It's a lie being spun by fraudsters to try to create FUD. It's all bullshit designed to make people sell their shares. We will get the update when circumstances allow. Now, that is a very, very rose-tinted analysis of the whole situation. Maybe it is technically correct. I really don't remember the exact specifics of what was announced at the time. But I also do remember that we were expected to get this news in June. Whether or not they promised to deliver it to us in August and aren't going to or not or whatever, it still does mean that it is almost September, and it's been 2 months, 3 months, whatever, since the end of June, and we still don't have any info about this. A lot of people are sketched out about that. A lot of people are very, very wary of that, and a lot of people don't like the shadiness revolving around it. Maybe they technically didn't promise us this or anything like that, but they're sure as hell not telling us when it is going to come or when to expect it next. Partly because it blew up in their face last time, but partly because, hey, maybe it's not as great as they've hyped it up to be, or maybe there's something not here, or maybe there's issues. I don't know, or God forbid, maybe it doesn't exist at all. I don't know for sure. But it is very, very frustrating to people, and obviously that's why you've seen the stock price just, kind of shoot down and down and down 29%, down 40%, whatever, because people feel... even if they weren't technically lied to or whatever, argue what you want, they feel like they can't trust the company right now. Again, folks, this is all a part of an accumulation period. This is people, just talking about the fact that even though Mullen continues to go down and down and down, hey, if you believe in this thing in the long run, if you think this thing is undervalued, if you think this thing's overly shorted and it's going to squeeze and pop, or you think they're going to be some amazing EV company in 2024, 2025, whatever, when they start producing stuff, or maybe in 2030, that they're saying, hey, these are awesome, awesome times to buy up at great prices when the company is potentially undervalued, and that's how you're going to make a heck of a lot of money if you do believe in this thing or whatever. Who knows? There's people who believe in that, there's people who don't. But that is people who still believe in Mullen. That's what they're calling this right now, an accumulation period. There's this article about tax credits. They won't kick in for a while. Details of why most cars won't qualify. Maybe this is an interesting article to dive into. Democrats obstruct their electric. We got some ads and stuff going on. Okay, so this is gated, but talking about EV tax credits and stuff, and details of why most cars won't qualify. Apparently, why are we getting stabbed in the back like this? I just thought it was a funny, interesting comment. And then finally, this is what a lot of people are kind of getting curious about right now and seeing what's going to happen on September 1st. Apparently, September 1st, a large amount of dark pool entities who were not subject to margin calls will now be subject to margin calls on September 1st. Some people are obviously saying, hey, the poster from StockTwits is not trustworthy. He's a swinger, not a real investor. But there are some people, kind of watching out for this. Maybe there's going to be some kind of short squeeze action. Maybe they're going to have to move around some of their positions and stuff in September 1st. I don't know. There's some people saying, hey, maybe this is a catalyst to watch out for. Maybe not. We will have to wait and see. September 1st is right around the corner. We're not even going to have to wait that long. But it'll be interesting to see what plays out. But that's pretty much everybody's video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about Muln. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.